I always find it interesting tuning into the third-party karmic energy. Now, this week we have named it Blinded by the Light, and it was the only example I could give, or what could I say? A sum up I could give to this reading. But again, we will get more into this. There could be some other layers we find where these individuals are being blinded by the light. Now, on the overall, the outcome does look quite happy. But the rest of the cards are really in reverse. There's only two really that are in the upright, as well as the outcome card. So everything else around them at the moment is quite pear-shaped, quite upside down. Now, this can be that these individuals maybe aren't viewing a circumstance in the correct light. Thus, the reason I called this Blinded by the Light, because I do feel, especially with the crowning energy, we have the building blocks. It's in reversal. It's like, okay, so this also can be an example. It could be a direct message that is given to the masculine or the feminine, whoever is cross-watching this. Yes, it could be the karmic that's watching this, and they're very baffled by their lives, baffled by why they are coming up against these circumstances. And I feel maybe from their childhood, they didn't have the building blocks in life. They didn't have the ability to have structure. And the codependency also can be shown through that dynamic, is that these foundational levels, these things that they need to achieve their life and their lifestyle, is they're actually seeking them outside themselves. That could be for a physical reason, not a critical one. Hey, you're being karmic because you're codependent. It could be for a very real reason that this person's life, really, in a structured sense, is quite codependent in a particular area. That could be because of health, finances, whatever it be, but I'm definitely seeing this as something that's really weighing quite heavily on their minds. I also feel there is a lot of insecurities that they have with their fellow feminines, also within their own inner emotions, and the way they're coming through could be quite aggressive at this point in time. Now, when we say aggressive, it doesn't have to be kind of showing up as violent. I feel it's more assertive. Maybe quite detached from, what would I say, the more subtle means. There is some awareness of divine feminine here. I don't know why they're referencing it. There is some jealousy and insecurity this person feels towards you. And they're kind of hoping this is in the back. It's moved. It's not a problem. It is something that's always lingering in the back of their mind, though. It is something that they do focus on. Yeah. It is something, even, it's like no matter what they've done, no matter where they've been, no matter how they've changed, you have been something like a haunting ghost that has been lingering, and they've been looking over their shoulders. They did feel, at the moment they do feel that there is a higher power that they may feel on the food chain. They're at a higher level and they're in a very safe space. I do dreadfully remember having this revelation in my life, and it was a very tall fall from a building of maybe viewing from a very traditional standpoint. And I'm actually not surprised this is coming up with Mars retrograding, between Cancer and Leo. We can have very traditional viewpoints about how things are, and that we're safe, or we're codependent, and we've built a life up surrounding an ideal in our mind. It could be, as an example, it could be, well, you're a wife or you're a partner and you've got children, so therefore nothing can change and nothing can harm and touch you. And for all of us, that is so very polar opposite of true. So it's, for the right people, we can move hell and high water, but we're also not immune. We're human beings. And this person is going to have some revelations. They're a bit blinded to the light at the moment, but their paradigm is about to be shattered here, because their value systems doesn't mean to say that it's another person's value system. Their commitment at the moment, what does a commitment mean? A commitment, initially, like I said, we're very traditional. We can believe that, hey, a commitment means we're entangling things, we're merging, we've got things that we're doing together. It could be that you have a house together and therefore nothing can ever affect you. They're gonna actually see a polar opposite situation happening, and so at the moment they're quite blinded by this. There are some circumstances going on. They're very in their fields to do with where they're going and what they like, and and how they want the connection to be. But something is bringing them up, and something is going to heighten this emotion. I feel they're referencing Mars retrograde. We're looking at the moon here. And I think they're going to see some things that are showing them cracks in the foundation. There are going to be some lies coming out. Something is coming out, and this is causing chaos in this individual's life. This can be also them being exposed in certain ways, hidden agendas and notions, but it also can be some hidden truths towards the connection and where it stands, both within the twin flame connection as well as in the karmic contract. They weren't expecting it. This is something they really weren't expecting. I also feel that, you know, the connection within the dynamic is not going so well. One person is quite fed up. One person is quite run down. They're also saying from a codependent point of view, if the shoe was on the other foot, would the karmic still be there? And this is something they're thinking about. I think for some reason they've got into a comfortable space. And it's funny, we have milk and honey here. You get more with milk and honey. It's in reverse. And I think this person's got a little bit too comfortable, and there's some projectile energy. I'm hearing twos coming through as a crowd. It's like in the back of their mind, they think that this TF connection is, you know, done and dusted. But the thing is, the art of appreciation, if you don't appreciate what you have and you don't kind of invest and nurture and love and grow it, it can become quite weary. And the person who's involved with this individual is getting quite fed up. They're getting fed up at proving themselves. They're getting fed up at being used and abused. Yeah, they're running out of sympathy. They're running out of sympathy for it. This could be seeking professional advice. Could be going to a guru. It might be going to look at how they're severing the relationship with the karmic third party. This person also can be using mind manipulation to make them feel as though this is somewhere they should be. This is something they should continue doing. I don't know why they're feeling. This is someone who's feeling quite smug. They may know the reasons why this person feels entangled. They could be using guilt trips. I don't think they're going to have the last light, because, again, the message I got was they were blinded by the light, and I'm noticing the stars on the card. Yeah, it's not turning out the way they thought it would. This is actually not going in there, but wow. Oh, shit. We have a building coming down. We have a tower. We have this person going in where angels fed to tread. This just is not. This is turning to shit. This is the person being so involved in the ego that they are blinded by the light. They're not seeing how they're directly impacting this connection. They're not seeing how, you know, they're quite codependent in this connection. Instead of actually looking at ways that they can liberate themselves to make sure that their foundation is correct, what they did to track this individual has now actually effectively tracked them. And it's made them quite codependent on this, but they've kind of gotten their ego, and this is, there's only two cards upright. It does feel as though it's as Mars goes retrograde, shit goes down. This person is not potentially going to have the star that they're hoping for. It's something they're going to have to work for. But fate takes a turn with their hand. We will check in with the synergy next week. If you do know what's going on, feel free to drop a message in the chat box. I'd love to hear your feedback. Take care, and I'll see you next week.